Alright, this should be a good one. I'm gonna demonstrate a couple ways how to set up a pole vector for like a RPIK arm solver that doesn't cause the joints to move from the original position before the pole vector is added. And the basic idea is you just need to get it in just the right spot, or on the right plane that's oriented with the plane of the IK solver. So I'm going to just create a little skeleton. I'm going to use a couple cheats. Don't want to do everything from scratch. Let's see. So there's my arm. Delete some stuff. Don't need all that. Okay, so the problem is you create an IK, and let's see, this is a RPIK. That's simple enough. Alright, got my IK, and also this is just basically a locator, but it's created with NURBS curves. I just prefer that, but you know, it doesn't really matter. You could use whatever you're going to normally use, just use. So there's my locator, and you know, normally that's what I would do before I knew this trick. You'd kind of snap it to the elbow and move it back, and you know, pray, but it's never going to work out that way. So the trick. So the problem, let's just demonstrate the problem real quick. So what'll happen is you go to assign your pole vector, and you could see, let me just back up a second. So right now the joint is totally zeroed out. All three of these important joints, and also kind of important, they're all on the same plane. There's no so this one has some extra. The first joint has some extra rotations, but that's kind of normal. But the joints below it, like this one only has one rotation in Y, and that basically means that, you know, it's on like one plane, and this one doesn't have any rotations on it. So and that's what the kind of setup you want to, you know, for your IK, your RPIK to work properly. So but importantly, 0 rotations. You go to add your pole vector, and it will, there it is. And now you see I have these rotations, and you know, there's a, you know, the first thing I ever did was I used to kind of like move it around until, you know, you basically like you take a copy of this, let's see, copy tab, and then if you can kind of move this until you get to 0, you know, and that's a pain in the ass. It takes a bit of time, and you got to get in here and just move them like one value at a time. So that, anyways, that's not what you want to do. I'm gonna undo this, reset my joint rotations. Okay, so the trick is you select the upper arm, the elbow, and then the hand in that order, and then your you know, your controller. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let's see, you're going to do add a couple constraints. Do an orient constraint and a point constraint. And you want to make sure you have the maintain offsets unchecked. Basically, you just use, if you just do reset settings, it should be this sort of right, you know, the right settings for the constraints. And that's just to kind of get it in place. And then you actually delete the constraints, pull it back, and now when you create your pole vector, it didn't move. It's like perfectly oriented. That's the trick. Enjoy.